guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be decorating my Gatefold mini album. I recently shared a tutorial with you guys, but I'm gonna have a link on the description box down below. I'm gonna be using my own digital paper collection to embellish my album. As you know, I am obsessed with Paris, so that's what it's going to be. It's also gonna be a lot of black and pink, which are my favorite color combinations, and yeah, I'm excited. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to see where I want to add magnets. Of course, we're going to add magnets on the closure here. I'll do that at the end. But for the inside pages, before I start covering my pages, let's just do a quick walkthrough and see where we can add magnets. So over here, this is a Gatefold page, and for this page, I was thinking on using this image here as the centerpiece of the Gatefold, and this is where I will typically add the magnets. So I have a little piece of my scraps here where I'm going to back this up, but you are going to be adding a magnet on this side. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna add a magnet here, and then after we cover these two pages with the paper, we are going to add this card on the center and add the magnet, the second magnet there, and then add this card. So we're gonna do that. I'm not gonna do this one. I'm just gonna do the magnet for this page here. So let's go ahead and take this magnet. I am using the basic gray large magnets for this album, and I probably won't use that many magnets, but definitely one there, and then we're gonna need one on this side, but I won't put this one until after I glue this. After we glue this piece, actually let's go ahead and do it right now. I don't want to confuse you. So I think for that page, since we're gonna have pink, for the background, I am going to do, yeah, I think this is fine. I'm going to do this white page. So I'm just gonna cut these to size. Okay, so these two pieces were cut at 7.5 by 3.5, and I'm just gonna glue these down. So I have the magnet on the right side, and now I'm gonna cover that with my design paper, and I printed this paper on 110-pound cardstock, but you can definitely do 65-pound as well. I just did 110 because I ran out of 65 and I didn't want to wait to get the shipment, so I'm just using that for now, and it works just fine. So I'm going to glue that, and now I'm going to glue the piece that's going to be on the center of my gatefold, and of course we're only going to glue on 1/2. So I'm just going to add the glue right here on this side, and then I'm going to place this and center it where I want that to be, and I think it's more like that. Okay, so now that I have that in position, I'm going to add my other magnet, and it goes like that. So I'm just gonna take out the stickiness. I love that these magnets already come with the sticky, and there you go. So that's what that's gonna be, and then I'm gonna cover this with my center image that I want to use for this page, and I'm just gonna add that right there. And I cut the black background cardstock a little bit larger than usual because I do want to add some bling all around here. So what I'm going to do now is just glue the pages down. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I think for this step I'm just gonna speed it up so it's not too long to watch, and then I'll be back and we're gonna decorate together. Okay, so I finished covering most everything with the design paper, and I realized I probably do want a magnet on this page as well. So I'm going to add a magnet on this side since I already covered the other page. I'm just gonna place it right there, and now I'm gonna close this and see if I can find the magnet, which is gonna go right there. Now I'm going to add this trim here on my gussets. Now my gussets are 3/4 inches, so they're wide enough to add something like this, and I really love this piece right here. It has little bling pieces on the center, and I got this trim at Joann's a long time ago, but I'm sure they probably still have it. And I'm just gonna add some of my fabric tag glue on the gusset right there, and I'm just gonna put this piece just like that, and then I'm going to do the same for each one of my gussets. So now what I want to do is decorate the cover first, and then I'm gonna move on to the pages. So I went ahead and printed out some designs here. This is what I want to use for my covers. And then I printed out another one that I'm going to use for the back. So these ones were printed at 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. And then I split this one in half so we can just cover that up like this. And I'm going to glue this one down, and then before I glue the one on the right, we're gonna add a magnet in here as well. If you're not using magnets, then you can definitely use some ribbon, some lace, some seam binding, and you can attach that from the back, and that way you can tie everything to the front. So I'm just gonna add this right here. Now, like I said, I want this album to be super girly and have a lot of bling and flowers, so our cover is going to be definitely really embellished, I think. So I'm just going to place a magnet here before I add this paper. Okay, so here is the paper. For the spine, I'm going to use this print right here, which is the Paris Eiffel Tower one. I really love that one. So this piece was cut at 7 3/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm just gonna glue this down. So then for the front cover, I'm going to be using this image here. I just cut out this part, and then I have a larger piece that's going to frame this in place. Before we glue this together, we are going to add the magnet. So I'm not gonna glue this down yet. I'm just gonna hold it in place and center it right there and see where I'm going to put my magnet. So I'm just gonna hold that right there and place my magnets right there. And now that I know where the magnet goes, I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna work on this piece. So I'm just gonna glue this. So then I'm going to add some glossy accents on the black parts of the image here to give it a little bit of shine. So I'm just gonna go all over. So there you go. Now I'm just gonna let this dry for a little bit. So I'm going to use this piece from the ephemera page. This is Beautiful, Brilliant, and Brave, and I'm going to back this up on some heavyweight cardstock. So this image is almost dry, so I'm going to be adding some bling all around, kind of to make this look like if it was a frame. So I'm just gonna cut my bling pieces. I'm going to do, let's see here, 2 of the same size, and then we're gonna do 2 large ones. And for the bling, I'm going to add the Fabri-Tac glue. So I'm just gonna put some right there. You can also do hot glue if you like. I just really love this glue. It really works really good for me, and I am not a big fan of the hot glue. Ever since my kids were small, I never used it because I was always afraid they were gonna burn or touch or whatever. And so I got pretty used to working with this glue, and I really love it. It really works. So I'm going to cut a larger piece here. So I'm gonna do 1 and 2 of the same size. And this beautiful bling piece is from Joann's. Now I got this on my stash for a long time. I'm just gonna place it, and I think we're at a good point to glue this down. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to add some glue on the left side here. So for that, I'm going to use my art glitter glue, which works really good on paper especially. And I'm gonna close these, and first we're gonna see where the magnet connects right there, and then I'm going to press this down, and there you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these first, and then I'm going to glue the bling on top, because I want these two to kind of be overlapping a little bit. So I'm just gonna add glue on the left again, and maybe I'll add some glue here to make these two pieces connect. And I'm just gonna center and put that right there. Okay, so it looks like one center piece, and I'm just gonna make sure it's even and straight. And then I'm going to add my bling here, closing this frame right there. Okay, that way when we open these, everything will open together. Okay, so now I'm going to use some of this beautiful trim here to embellish the sides. So I'm trying to think if I want to add both or just one, but I think I want to make this very symmetrical, so I am going to put both. Hopefully it doesn't look like it's too much. I think it will look good. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut these a little bit smaller, and I'm going to add some fabric glue. I really love how this looks already. I love this bling trim, and so I'm just gonna add that right here, and then we're going to do the other side, and I'm gonna go do it kind of off to the side to make this look a little bit larger. And now we're gonna do this one. Okay, and then I have some flowers here. These are all little birdie crafts, and I went ahead and opened these up already, and some of these were used a little bit, but I love the fact that they're different tones of pink. That's exactly what I'm going for. And also these flowers have a little bit of glitter on them already, and I'm going to mix 2 different packages because I want to play with 2 different sizes. And get this one out, and then I'm thinking some up here on this corner, and then maybe some on the bottom. Let me see if this one is a different pink. I'm just gonna put them something like that, and maybe some down here. So when you put the ones on the bottom, always make sure that you're not gluing on top of the pieces that need to open. So I'm going to kind of start over here and then go up a little bit. So I'm going to do maybe something like this on this side. Maybe on this side I'll just do the smaller one. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. I think that will look cute. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue these ones also. And there you go. That's gonna be our cover. over here. And I'm trying to think if I want to add some more bling here on the center. I feel like I do. Normally I don't like this much bling, but I think for this album it's going to be okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add it. And so yeah, I am so in love with this book already. And there you go. So now we're done with the cover. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit and then we're gonna work on the inside pages. Okay, so now we have the cover finished. I love how this looks. And let's go ahead and decorate the inside pages. So I finished covering everything with the design paper, and now I'm just gonna add some little details here and there. So I have more lace and leftover little pieces that I'm gonna be using, and I think for this page I'm gonna use this little sentiment here. I think it's a beautiful statement for the opening page, so I'm going to back this up on some chipboard. That way we give it a little bit of dimension, and I'm just using my scrap pieces of chipboard here. So I'm just gonna cut these to size, something like here, maybe right there. Okay, and we're just gonna back this up here, and I'm going to cut the corners because my sentiment has the round corners, so I don't want the points showing. And there you go. So now I'm just gonna add some glue, and we'll see where we can add this. I want it on the side because I think this will be like a nice area for a picture, and then we can put this on the side here somewhere. Now I want to do some lace. I have these beautiful black lace, and I think I want to add that right here. So I'm just gonna start dressing up my album. Like I said, I want this album to have a lot of bling and be just really fun and girly. And we're just gonna put this one right there. I'm just gonna layer it and see how it looks. Then I have this other bling here on my stash, and I really love this one. It's really elegant, really shiny. So I'm gonna put this one here on the center, and then that right there, and then maybe some flowers. So I'm just gonna glue this down. I'm gonna glue the whole thing down and place it right here on the side. Okay, so now I'm just going to add these flowers. I think I can do one right there. Oops. And maybe I'll do this other one. So I have these little pearls that I think they're gonna look really cute back here. And yes, so these little pearls, they are from Hobby Lobby, and they come in a package like this, and it's on the wedding section, and I just had this forever, so I might as well use it. I'm just gonna add some glue right there. I'm sorry about my nails. They're like, I really need to go finish getting my nails done. So that is gonna go right there. Then I'm thinking over here, I'm just gonna do something small, like on the top and the bottom, but I'm just gonna use this little one. I don't want anything too flashy up here, and I'm just gonna use this. I hope I have enough for the, let's see if it looks good on the top and the bottom, or maybe just on the bottom. And I'm just gonna play around with that. Maybe I'll just do the bottom, and then we'll do something different on the top. So I'm just gonna add glue right there and add this little piece, and then I'm gonna do the same on this side as well, right there. So I'm just gonna add some glue and oops, move that over. Glue this way, And just add this tiny little flower, little lace. And then for the top, I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking maybe we can do the bling. Let's see here how that would look. Because this is a bling type of album. I just don't want these to have too much bling. And actually that looks nice. That looks really nice in there. Okay, so let's do it. Why not? And let's just add that one right there like that. Okay, and yeah, I think that looks nice. A little bit of bling and some up here too. Okay, so there you go. And I feel like I need to put a little bling here just because everything has bling on the top, and this side kind of looks empty now. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I know it's a little bling, but you know what, it's fun. So I'm just gonna add it right here, and we're just gonna put this bling right there. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry for a second, and then we're gonna move on to the next page. Okay, so now I'm going to decorate this page. I think I'm gonna use one of these affirmations from that page, and I'm going to again back this on some chipboard to give it some volume and a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to add some glue and glue this right there, and I think I'm gonna put that right there kind of as a little topping for that page. And even though this is a pocket, this will be a nice area for a picture as well, so we can dress it up. And then I have this little bling piece. It's not really bling, but it's shiny. So I think that will be good to put right there. So okay, so there we go, just like that. And I think that will be good for this page. Maybe I can add also on this pocket, I am going to be adding some photo mats, but then also some of these affirmations as well. And then I was thinking that after you filled this, you can even glue it onto like some of the pages. They will fit perfect like that. So I think that would be a good thing too. So I'm just gonna close that. I'm gonna put them here for now. And for the next page, I'm going to just add some bling here around this image. And I'm gonna use the same bling that I used on the cover. So it's really pretty one. And so I'm just going to continue now with the other pages. I think I'm just going to speed up the process so I don't make this video too long. So I'm done decorating the book. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to be back with the final walkthrough of the album as well. And don't forget to check out the tutorial. I'm gonna have the link on the description box below. And also I'm gonna have a link to my website where you can get this paper collection. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.